Hi there, welcome to This Week in Gender, where hopefully in 10 minutes or less.
I have like enormous addiction. 10 minutes or less.
We talk about gender.
We talk about gender.
Before we go,
Yeah.
I'd like to just give a quick acknowledgement and shout out one of our great partners that we've been working with for a while now, Happy Hippie Foundation.
Yay!
Which was founded by Miley Cyrus.
Does such great work.
Amazing work,
Yeah.
amazing work. And the whole team at Happy Hippie, the contacts that we have, everyone's been phenomenal. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. But Miley gave a shout out in Variety magazine to gender
And
spectrum.
a great article on Miley.
Amazing,
too, so
amazing,
really nice.
yeah. So just want to acknowledge that, put that out there. So this week we have your topics.
Oh, I did like a politician's thumbs up. That's so bad. Sorry. Okay.
No,
yes, two topics.
Yeah, two topics.
So we'll start with mine?
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
I'm going to start with mine. And I've been really hesitant, actually. It's been going on for a few weeks. I've been hesitant to bring it up and let this be my topic. But I've decided, that's it, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Because I think it's actually a really serious issue. So in this coverage, if you will, about Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's divorce, which I'm not sure how that constitutes entertainment, but I guess that's a topic for something other than This Week in Gender.
Right.
And I'm sorry for that family's pain. I'll also say I don't know them, because if I did, I wouldn't even be talking about it this week. So it's not that I know anything about anything. It's just sort of what's been going on around this topic. So one of the things that's been bothering me as I look at the headlines and various things as I'm looking at news is I'll consistently keep seeing this thing about, oh, their divorce raises the issue about their child's gender. Like, no, actually, it doesn't. It really has nothing to do with their child's gender. And one of the reasons why I decided that I really did need to name this as an issue is because it's really serious. One thing that we know, I mean, the reality is that kids that have parents that divorce are already inclined to think it's their fault.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not. So if you're a kid, you are watching this and your parents got divorced, it had nothing to do with you.
Right.
Parents get divorced for lots of reasons. So the really disturbing thing, though, is we know that one of the key risks of suicidality for gender-expansive youth, whether transgender, non-binary, or just express their gender in any way that doesn't conform, is a sense of burdensome on their parents. It's one of the very few core things that is an often cited reason why kids decide to attempt suicide.
Yeah.
And that sense of perceived burdensome and the way that they're talking about it, as if this is a factor in this divorce, is tragic for this child. It has no relationship to it, and B, it's really, really important that we don't include their child in this circus that is happening around this family's difficult time. The other thing is, in addition to the fact that whether they try to insulate their kids at this point during all this time or not, at some point their kids are going to see some of this coverage. But in addition to their own family, there are kids all over that are hearing this all the time. So all of these other kids that are listening to this coverage and they're hearing all this discussion going on about, oh yeah, maybe it's their kid's gender identity or gender is involved in this divorce, are hearing this and thinking, is this what I'm also causing for my parents?
Right.
And it's of course not true for them either.
No.
But they don't know that. And to assume that these kids do know that is to assume something that just developmentally they're not able to get to yet.
Right.
So I think it's a really, really serious issue, and I just feel like I need to name that we need to be more responsible as adults, whether we're in the media or we're parents talking about it around the dinner table or anything else. We need to be very responsible and to realize that this is actually a really serious issue, and not to bring it up as if there's any relationship to their child's gender in relationship to the divorce. Ideally we'd just leave this family alone, but since that's not possible, at least let's leave kids out of it. And we need to make sure that if you have a gender-expansive kid or a transgender, non-binary kid, or in any way a kid that's dealing with their gender, find an opportunity to make sure they know, if they have been listening to this coverage or they've been hearing things, that this is not about their child or any of their children. This is about just a couple dealing with their relationship.
With their own issues.
And that's really what it is. And
Yeah.
it's really important we name that and be explicit about it so there's no misunderstanding. So
it really is scary though. I Googled it, and it's terrifying how many articles that is listed in the headline.
Right.
That, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's child's gender identity is causing the divorce.
That's right.
Can you imagine being that child?
No, exactly.
Or any child who is out there seeing that, like you said.
Right.
It's absolutely terrifying, and the long-term ramifications.
Right.
It's scary.
It's
it really
scary.
is.
It's scary, and it's really serious, and that's why I kept waiting, because I thought, I don't want to join, I don't want to be part of this circus, but on the other hand, I finally thought, after it just kept happening, I thought, these are the headlines, I'm just seeing these headlines all the time, because I'm not reading these stories, so it's got to be in the headline, or I'm not even seeing it, and so it kept coming up, and I thought, how many children are being damaged by these headlines? A lot.
Yeah.
And it's not just damage they're internalizing, and then, eventually deal with it. Some of them, because of this increased sense of burdensome, are already feeling this way. They may already be inclined to be taking some sort of action, and this could be the thing that could put them over the edge. And I just feel like, it just needs to be addressed. We need to stop taking this issue as if it's an entertainment issue, and we've got to do it now. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you've got a different topic.
I do. Yeah. It has to do with children as well. I think it's serious in the sense that it's great. All the topics we cover are serious in nature and need to be discussed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. But so mine, I saw an article in the New York Times about a recent episode of Modern Family on ABC. As you know, very, very popular show. 8 million,
just a few weeks ago, right? Wasn't there? Yeah. Is this
8 million views per episode on Modern Family. A young.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. A young trans actor, 8 years old.
We don't have that many.
We don't. If we can get 100, yes.
But we might have 8. I mean, you know what I mean?
We'll get 8.
8 million. Sorry, I digress. Okay, no, I'm sorry. 8 million?
Yeah, 8 million. Jackson Millarker, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing, 8-year-old actor appeared on Modern Family as a trans child. And
a friend of Lily's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
What's great, I think what was great about the episode is that you have a gay couple at the center of the sitcom, right? They're one of the main characters. And again, we've had previous discussions about the difference between sexuality and gender identity, but a lot of people think, oh, the gay community automatically just accepts people who are trans.
Which is great that they dealt with that, right?
Yes, I think that's what is really cool about it, is that, aside from having more kind of visibility of trans actors, especially after Jeffrey Tambor's Emmy's acceptance speech for Transparent, I think this is the article mentions that this is kind of a bellwether. This is a telling sign of what's to come. But having a gay couple kind of really face internalized issues that they have, and how to really kind of move past that and explain to their child what that means, and how really their friend is no different than anyone else. Right. He's just, and actually quoting the mom from the New York Times article.
The mom of Jackson?
Of Jackson,
okay.
Yeah. He's just a boy who happens to be trans. And that's what's really cool, is that it's worth mentioning, it's worth highlighting, it's worth saying this is great that trans folks are now having more visibility, especially in recent years, on screen, but also at the end of the day, they're just people. Yeah. Everyone is just a person. Right.
And and it was great that that the story, while it did address his being transgender, it wasn't a tragic story. Nothing had happened. In fact, it ends up that it's actually this completely different thing. It's not about. It's really was a way for the parents to look at their own issues, and whether you're in the LGBTQIA plus whatever community or not, we all have our lenses, we all have the ways in which we've been socialized. It was great the way that they used that as a vehicle to sort of say, hey, let's look at it. We all have our stuff.
Right, exactly.
And let's figure out how we can all be better people, right? Which I try every day. I have
every day.
Say. Some days are better than others.
Multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. Some days are better than others, but at least we try.
We do.
So that was great. I think it's also really interesting to say it's the first time we've known that a child, right? So I think the reality is we know that there have been kids who are actors, who are transgender and non-binary, but it wasn't highlighted. It was just sort of, something that was something that happened, whether people knew it or not. But it is great that it's known, because actually that is an essential part of our all getting a little bit more comfortable with things.
Totally, yeah.
Well, great topic. Thanks, Carla.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so
right.
join us next week for This Week in Gender, where we talk about
We're
gender.
not filming in Maine. It kind of looks like it though, doesn't it? I was just sort of looking like, we're actually in Northern California.
We're in Northern California.
Yeah, but
Where
it's cold
might,
here too.
yeah, but it's going to rain, which is a big deal.
Thank
so.
goodness. Let's not go. We need the rain.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for
All
joining
right.
us, everyone.
Take care.
Take care. Have a good week. Bye.